Sometimes there is something about our behavior that we want to change. It may just be sitting indoors watching TV, or over time we have been gaining weight due to prolonged inactivity. Join me today as we go on a hike all the way to Hell's Gate and we reflect on a book, Atomic Habits by James Clear. This hike happened on the winter of 2022 in June, and I was joined by a group of hikers known as the No Limits, and we started out at Constantia Neck parking lot area of the Table Mountain National Park. You can appreciate again the beautiful view of the Table Mountain together with the view of Hout Bay and Falls Bay. The importance of this book, Atomic Habits, is the fact of how it emphasizes small changes make a big difference in our characters. So the first time you try out something new, studies have shown increased neurological activity in the brain, trying to figure out how this thing is gonna get done. The tiny changes we make with our lives sometimes can be really exhausting and not motivating enough for us to carry on with the change that we want. So it is always important to remember that 1 + 1 to 365 days is a single number that becomes a 3-digit. Focus on the systems you have in place and enjoy the process towards your success.
When you guys are ready, you can come through.
They also say when you want something to change, you have to get triggered and crave for something new. The solution is to respond and to get a reward. After multiple patterns, we become mentally programmed to act on patterns without even thinking much into it. You see, the thing about becoming a better version of yourself is that you constantly have to accept to learn. Learning changes your truth, your beliefs, and your imagination. Through the becoming of this best version of ourselves is where our identity is molded. Awareness, awareness, and awareness. To change a behavior, you need to be aware of your habits. You need to know who you are and what you aspire to feel in the end, or at that point of the new habit. What will you gain? What will you lose? What sort of person do you think you will become? Keeping a score of your behaviors will help you create the curve on the graph that will guide you if you're becoming a better person or a worse person from what you aspire to be. It's easy to want to become a better person, right? You want to heal from past traumas so that you can feel and attract better. You want to lose weight so you feel good about your body, or you want to become so you have less anger and stress. The problem is the process of how to get there. We may opt to procrastinate so we start tomorrow, or relay claim we don't have time. The book recommends encouraging us to set time and location within our routine to incorporate a new behavior. Also remember, it takes courage to start a change. Sometimes it's easier to build new habits in a new environment. How do we challenge negative influence when we are trying to form a new habit? For example, when you want to battle alcohol addiction, but you're surrounded with friends who always buy you one. This act of kindness becomes a trigger to a derailment of the new habit you aspire to become. Remember, it's easier to avoid temptation than to resist one, especially if you know yourself to have a low self-control. A little secret to successfully change a habit is to make the process as enjoyable as possible. Reward yourself with compliments or gifts to commemorate the progress that you've made. There's something called the incentive theory, which proposes that people are pulled towards behaviors that lead to rewards and pushed away from actions that might lead to negative consequences. I mean, don't we all look forward to the light at the end of the tunnel? Another aspect we have to speak of is of culture. Culture, according to the Oxford Dictionary, is the ideas, customs, and social behavior of a particular people or society. So our people, that's our family, friend, and role models, tend to influence what we see as the truth or what is good. Hence, we always try to fit into our culture as such that their opinions overpower our individual thoughts as we seek to be approved and be respected. Question is, how strong are we to go against our culture? You need confidence, my friend. Making self-promises and affirmation towards change helps create discipline. When you first start the process of behavior change, you have to make it easy by practicing short-timed habits. Making it short-timed with progressive increase helps create a ripple effect for habit change. For example, when you plan to become a bodybuilder, you don't have to start with the largest weight of the dumbbells, as you may end up injured and demotivated. You have to pick up the smallest weights as you progressively increase. And you will notice by the time you can pick the largest weight, you will have formed enough muscle to carry it along. The same applies with making self-promises and small individual behavior change. Chances of repeating a behavior when the result is satisfying is normally high compared to when the results are dissatisfying.
So when you get to the top,
the best reward for consistency is progress. The author suggests creation of a habit tracker to show a clear evidence of the progress you've made. Also, having a supportive partner also helps, because knowing someone is following up on you or watching up can be actually a great way to stay motivated. Also, never feel guilty for skipping a day just to jump back to the wagon, because the momentum never stops. Another thing the book has brought out is the need to use natural talents to align with our habits. As much as we may dream about certain goals, it's important to select them realistically, as then they become easy to achieve. If the habits don't align with your capabilities, you're better off creating new ones. Just a summary in case I was mumbling too much. 1. Think of what you want to become and how good it feels to be that new habit. Be aware of yourself. The second thing is have the courage to start. The third, create time and location within your routine to place in your new habit. Fourth, make the habit easy and small in size and let it increase progressively. Be ready to learn and change your beliefs and truths you have always known. Consider how your culture and environment influences your decisions and if it allows it to align with your.
I also wanted to So
like
yeah,
next
that's
year. Yeah, I was that lucky girl. When's yours?
The upside of acquiring a new habit is we don't have to think about it as it's already ingrained in our minds. However, we're also prone to make little errors that could make us relapse. So we're always supposed to constantly remind ourselves what our goal always was and always be careful and keen not to make the small errors. Thank you for joining me on this hike together with my friends. I hope you enjoyed. Cheers. Bye.